Greetings, chuds and chudettes.
Dude, I fucking love 4chan, dude. I
I
like
think
arguing with strangers for like hours on end. It's so fun.
this movie has to be like the best movie of all time, right?
It has to be, yes.
It has to be.
Today we're talking about Smiley.
We're talking about the greatest internet movie of all time, you mean?
Yes, I do mean exactly that, yes.
What's your initial thoughts on the hit movie Smiley?
From the standpoint of like this is an old like YouTuber movie that has aged poorly, it's really dumb. From the perspective of just it being a horror movie, it's not only not scary at all, but also so slow. And not like an intentional, like good way. It's not like slow burn. It's just slow. It meanders on forever. The monster's barely in the movie.
It's not just slow, it's incredibly dull.
It's dull, yes.
Because The
But-
Birds, a movie from the 60s, is slow, okay? But it's not dull. Star Wars, A New Hope is slow, but it's not dull.
And like nearly like half of the horror movies in the last decade are slow, but not dull. But this one's dull. And that's the worst crime of all, is being fucking boring. Like once like the novelty of they're like haha Shane Dawson and Tobuscus, once that novelty wears away, it's just so boring.
Oh yeah, but what about the
Until
4chan
the last
parties?
20 the 4chan oh god, the 4chan parties.
The 4chan, you've never been invited to a 4chan party?
Yes, because I've never been invited because they don't like me. Because that's a thing that totally happens all the time.
Wait.
Is 4chan parties.
What, you must be a pedo bear then.
Right. Like after the opening, they go like main character, final lady person goes to a party, and it's hosted by a guy from 4chan, and he like hits on her and her friend like immediately because
Wait, let me cut you off
4
right there. Not just a guy from 4chan, a guy from the scariest part of 4chan, the B board, the random board.
Yes, because
Yes.
those guys are known for being sexually confident. Dude, he looks so.
He's like the lay internet badass. Like, he's like, I study strange things and retarded things. What was that dialogue even about?
He says the word retarded is said in this movie so much.
It makes me wish for simpler times again. I remember Scott Pilgrim versus the World. It was a massive movie back in 2010, and they say retard. I wish we could say retard again.
I mean, not much is stopping us. It's just a matter of just doing it in public or not. But in any case, they also say dank memes. That is a word that is said.
They did say dank memes, yeah.
They did say dank memes, but also, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, because this movie is the way that it is, there's a jump scare literally within the, 1 minute and then 5 seconds. Literally,
yeah.
Not even 2 minutes into the movie, there's a jump scare.
This movie's just a remake of Scream, right? We can say that.
Imagine Scream if it was a dog shit movie.
Imagine Scream if there was more retards and 4chan memes.
Imagine Scream if it wasn't funny or scary at all.
Well, so this movie is very clearly trying to be like a deconstruction of the horror genre and all that stuff.
No, the fuck it's not.
But it's not. It's very clearly not. With all of its smart, fluffy language and stupid shit like that, it's stupid. It is a stupid. I wouldn't even call it junk food movie. I'd call it like TV dinner movie. It's just bad. It's just bad and dull and slimy and wet.
Shane Dawson is in it.
Shane Dawson's in it, yeah. And we're supposed to believe that this really attractive lead actress is like into him, even though he's like this chubby weirdo guy.
Oh, speaking of, we should talk about Shane Dawson. After, you know, this guy, this cool dude from the internet, this interwebs man, propositions to women, like within the first minute of meeting them, Shane Dawson walks on screen. And, you know, he looks weird because he looks like Shane Dawson.
Yeah, it's
And
2012 Shane Dawson. He's chunky and has the emo hair.
And literally within the first 10 seconds of him appearing on screen, the cool internet man and the two galooks behind him are like calling him they're like harassing. They called him a pedo bear.
Yeah, they're like, "What is this pedo bear doing here?"
And then they start throwing cans at him and going, "Pedo bear, pedo bear."
We've all been there. I remember being in school and kids throwing cans at me and calling me a pedo bear. I don't know about you.
Which, by the way, him being pedo bear, called pedo bear, aged so well, dude.
Oh yeah, I know.
So well.
Maybe that director was onto something.
Maybe he was. And, which this is a good ways later. He explains why they call him pedo bear, and that's because he reported.
Okay, say that again. Sorry.
He is despised by these people, and he is called pedo bear by these people because he reported child porn on the board, which is like one of the few things that is not allowed on 4chan.
Yeah. Well, don't you know 4chan is a layer of scum and villainy? It's like the Moss Isley of the internet.
It's fucking mafia, dude. It's the internet mafia, dude. You don't want to mess with 4chan, dude.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with 4chan, Anonymous.
Because Anonymous has done things that are relevant.
Well, and, you know, oddly enough, Anonymous is relevant in this movie. It's a main focal point of the plot.
Yeah, I know.
Should we just rip the Band-Aid off and talk about the ending, or wait?
We gotta save that for a second. First, I gotta say, I knew Shane Dawson was in this movie. You know, most people know that Shane Dawson was in this movie. I forgot Tobuscus was in this movie, so I got fucking whiplashed.
Yeah,
like during like the first like college scene.
And for the very little lines he has, he's one of the best parts of the movie. That and the professor.
The professor's weird.
He is weird. I think that's just because the script is weird, but that's a real actor. That guy's been in things I've seen.
My God, do you?
And honestly, he delivers his lines fair enough, like fairly well.
Do you know who's in this movie? He appears way later, but do you know who else is in this movie?
Who?
Fucking Keith David.
Keith David, yep.
Yes.
I saw him pop up, and I was like, how the fuck did they get Keith David for this movie?
Somehow he's one of the more stupid characters.
Yeah, he's just an idiot.
I don't even remember what I wrote, why I wrote this, but I said, in my notes, it just says, imagine caring about the opinion of 4chaners. I think they were talking about like a character. They were talking about a character, and they were like taking into account one of their things. I don't fucking remember.
Well,
I watched this movie like 3 days ago.
The whole idea of there being like a fraternity group thing of 4chaners that frequent the B-board in a college, that's in and of itself ridiculous. Some old man wrote that very clearly. If anybody knows anybody about 4chan and people that use 4chan, they're like chronically alone weirdos that stick to themselves. You know, they don't do house parties. There aren't like attractive women. There's a reason why they have the reputation they do. It's because 4chan is full of autistic weirdos.
I was telling you this before we started recording. 4chan is like 80 to 90% just completely retarded.
Yeah.
And the like last 20 to 10% is actually competent people. Those that like last 10 to 20% are the people that are like doing the crazy shit that you've heard like 4chan do.
Yeah, like the he will not divide us and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this movie was made around the time where 4chan was a lot more active and relevant. I think what did they do in 2012? I think they were doing the iPhone charging prank where they would make these like fake Apple advertisements saying our new iPhone can charge in your microwave. And then people really fell for it and would put their phone in their microwave, and it would explode because of the lithium battery in it. So they were a lot more relevant, to be fair. I feel like the director, he went up to one of his kids or something and was like, "Hey, Sonny, what's going on? What's happening today?" "Well, 4chan did a thing." And then he just made a whole movie about it, about how 4chaners are psycho murder maniacs.
All right, we forgot to explain the whole concept of this movie. Basically, there's an urban legend where there's this guy named Smiley who like stitched his face to look like a smiley face. And if you go on like one of those random like chat rooms, like a Omegle or whatever, and if you type in "I did it for the lulz" 3 times, Smiley will appear in the tag and will kill the guy that you are talking to.
Yeah, and I mean the internet back in like 2008, I remember being really little because I got on the internet at a way young age.
Yep.
It was full of like little urban legends like that and stuff. I think in and of itself, the idea is fine to make a plot around. I have never seen a movie pull it off right. We have there's a movie similar to this, Unfriended, that has to do with an internet urban legend about Skype being haunted and getting people to kill themselves and stuff, and a couple other movies, and none of them can pull it off. I think I think it's because literally like old directors get their hands on these premises or something.
My take is that it's a concept that's really hard to take seriously. You'd have to make a masterpiece for me to take a concept like that seriously. It's like if it's like if they made like a Jeff the Killer movie, which I'm surprised they haven't done yet. Because
I mean, they've made a Slender Man movie.
They did make a Slender Man movie, but anyhow, it's like Jeff the Killer. Like at this point, the whole thing it'd be pretty hard to take seriously because nobody thinks, oh, it's gonna be a movie about like a killer teenager or whatever. They think, oh my god, it's fucking Jeff the Killer.
Well, Jeff the Killer
internet thing.
I don't know if Jeff the Killer is a good example of this because Jeff the Killer is a horrible story in and of itself. Something like Slender Man, it was made by somebody fairly competent. The story.
That is true.
It's a pretty good story in and of itself. It's created a lot of pretty good YouTube little short films. I mean, we have Marble Hornets. Marble Hornets is a really cool Slender Man-esque media. So Slender Man could be done well given the right people to work on it. The issue is the kind of people that want to make something like Slender Man are old studio execs that know their grandchild talked about it once and they see dollar signs. That's the issue. Something like Slender Man has and still can make really good things. The issue with something like Jeff the Killer was made by a 13-year-old in middle school that wanted to make something really edgy and really scary. Jeff the Killer fucking sucks. It reeks as a story in and of itself. So I don't think something good could be made out of Jeff the Killer. But anyway,
that's very fair.
My point being, I think something like Smiley can work. I mean, we've seen movies like The Ring is a very similar premise. It's a movie about an urban legend where you get this videotape, and if you watch it, you get some ghost or whatever. It's been years since I've watched it. It's a pretty good movie. It was.
But that's another thing, Smiley. Because if you think of it like that, like yeah, they've done like concepts like this before, but then you come to the realization, yeah, they're just rehashing the shit out of this.
Yeah, that's ultimately the issue. It's really derivative of other things. That's not to be said any urban legend-esque horror movie takes from The Ring and all this stuff, but Smiley does, and it takes it in droves. It takes stuff like The Ring. It takes stuff like Scream, because it wants to be like a deconstruction of the horror movie genre for some reason. So it's just very derivative, very boring, and it's very nonsensical.
What if I Jeff the killed you?
I'd be really sad, Oliver. Why would you do that?
Because I'm Jeff the Killer. That's what I do. What if I Jeff the Killer?
I'm Jeffing
like
my killer. Okay, anyway, back to the movie at hand.
Anyhow, occasionally throughout the movie, there will be like a moment, like a bit where like, which by the way, these scenes tend to like just film out minutes.
Yeah.
Where the main character and whatnot, Antobuscus, are in like a college lecture, and the professor like goes on a rant about philosophy and you know how humans are evil or whatever. Because, you know, that's a concept that hasn't been done to death before. Yes, I know humans are inherently evil, I get it.
Yeah, and I think the director used the professor to tack on a lot of fluffy language to make his movie seem a whole lot smarter than it is. So you have a lot of fluffy, like, philosophy talk and shit like that in a stupid junk food slasher movie. I mean, imagine if in the middle of Friday the 13th, while we're trying to learn about the mystery of Camp Crystal Lake, there was just a professor guy waxing poetic about the folly of man and how we're destined to destroy the planet and shit. It just does not make sense for the genre they're trying to go with.
Dude, if I wanted to hear about the sins of man, I'd read the Bible. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Anyhow, what?
Just I don't know. Just the way you said that doesn't make any fucking sense. Anyhow,
like, why would I do that? It's really, why would I read a book? Anyhow, you should probably cut that out. Anyhow.
No, I'm leaving it in now that you said that.
You motherfucker.
Nope.
Anyhow, after this, there's like another party, because apparently Zane does these 4chan parties regularly. The main character is all super distressed about Smiley. I did skip a part, so I need to get back to that. All right, I skipped a part. There's like a bit. Oh yeah, by the way, at the first party, they watch one of the 4chan men, you know, kill someone via the like Smiley urban legend, and they're like, "Dude, this is so cool!" They like literally watch the person get gutted like a fish, and they're like, "This is awesome!"
They were all so excited to see that. Did you ever notice that the guy with the glasses, he was in the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did notice that. Like,
that's some 4D
like,
chess right there.
That, which like in another movie would be really cool, but it isn't, because this movie sucks.
Yeah.
After like first college scene or whatever, the main character is so shooken up about that. So her and her roommate are like, let's do the Smiley thing ourselves, and they're like flicking through like a random message board, and like it's clearly a bunch of just random videos from random people. Also, one of them looked like Matt Watson. Like, I swear to God.
Oh, really?
Yes, one of them looked like Matt Watson. It was from the back, but you've seen those videos of like Matt Watson dancing in his underwear. It straight up looked like that.
This might have been because I was playing Fable 2 and while watching this. Because it was way too boring, but I did not notice that.
Yeah, I saw it for like half a second, and I'm like, oh my God, that looks like Matt Watson.
That's funny.
But anyhow, then the guy after that, and then like one of the guys, they're like, oh look, like the guy they land on is like, oh look, he's like naked, because you know, weird people on chat rooms, and they're like, Oh, look at his little pee-pee.
Yeah, they're
Ooh,
talking
this
about
is-
his penis
Yeah.
and stuff.
It's so strange. And then they like, she's like, you really have to picture it. Like, you really want to watch this guy die. So, you know, she like closes her eyes for a second, then she types in, I did it for the lulz 3 times, and he gets killed. And they're like, holy shit, we just killed someone, yada yada yada. Next, there's another 4chan party, and they're like, she's, of course, like, really shooken up about everything. Zane, she's clearly distressed, possibly drunk, and Zane's like, hey, do you want to, like, do you want me to take you to, like, one of the rooms here? And he said it in a weird way, and I'm, like, 100% convinced Zane is a rapist.
Like,
And
half of the guys in this movie are rapists. The professor's a rapist. That's a whole plot hole that goes nowhere. He wants to rape her or something. You don't remember that when they're in the office and he's drinking whiskey?
I did not think it was going in that direction.
What do you mean at the end of it, he's like over her smiling all deep and stuff and is like, I forget, they were talking about the folly of man or whatever, and somehow it turned to him like being over her, like smiling real wide, like with sex in his eyes, just wanting to rape.
I was mostly befuddled by the fucking speech that he had that was way too well written for the movie that it's in.
Or what about the first encounter she has with the professor outside of...
Oh right, yeah. I do remember that 100%.
Yeah, she's just talking to him normally, and then he goes, "Are you flirting with me?" Like, what the fuck? You know, the more I think about it, maybe this professor is literally me character.
Please don't. Oh yeah, by the way, I remember now, reading over my notes, the first like college scene, he's explaining the scientific method to grown-ass men and women.
Yeah, the scientific method is something you learn about in like 5th grade, maybe even earlier.
And these are college students.
Yeah, also, he's not a science professor. He's like an ethics professor. What is an ethics professor doing talking about the scientific method?
Don't you know he's just professor character, so he does any topic that is relevant to the movie.
Yeah, true.
Anyhow,
I feel like throughout most of the movie, he's just a vessel to like talk about the theme that the movie's trying to portray, because the writer is not good enough to use the method show, don't tell. But it falls flat ultimately.
Oh yeah, by the way, I remember before Zane says the weird rapey shit, she's getting like super stressed out, and she alludes to killing someone via Smiley, and he's like, you know, trying to get at that, and he straight up says, "You did it for the lulz."
Also, can we talk about an inconsistency real quick?
Yeah.
So, how exactly do the 4chaners... Okay, so Omegle. Let me just talk about Omegle real quick. Everybody in the audience that's watching this probably already knows what Omegle is, but just bear with me. Omegle is a platform where you connect with random people. Okay? How do these 4chan chuds find people that are A, looking for people to do the Smiley thing on, and B, the victim of it? Dude,
it's because they're 4chan hackers. They're just that good.
Yeah, they're meme machines. They don't let their memes be dreams. That's what it is.
Their Pepe images are simply too strong.
Yeah. So that's just a weird logical inconsistency.
Yeah, they don't even bother to explain it.
No, they don't even care. I don't think anybody, a single person that worked on this movie actually cared. You can feel it through the acting, you can feel it through the direction. There's just a level of apathy that this movie conveys on accident.
I'm reading my notes. So you know how Zane like constantly has like he's like stares at people real weird.
Yeah.
Like you know like trying to play it cool or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyhow, he always looks at people weird. So I wrote down here, Zane constantly looks like he's trying to explode you with his gamer rage.
Can we talk about the acting for a second?
What is there to say? It's so bad.
The acting is truly, it's noteworthily terrible.
And then there's like Keith David, who's Keith David, but he's playing such a dog shit character.
And then so you have a bunch of these nobody actors. They probably paid like $50 for a day of shooting. And then you have Keith David and the professor guy, Roger
Do we
Bart.
even need his name?
I mean, Roger Bart, like he's a known actor. I've seen him in things as side characters and stuff. Never as like a main character, but he has lines and he delivers them well. He's a professional actor. That's all that matters. That's all I'm trying to say. Why in this random dumb fuck movie full of nobodies is there Keith motherfucking David, and this other professional actor? And they're not the main characters. They're side characters.
God only knows.
I don't know. So their acting is fine. Like, I actually kind of like the professor character until he's rapey. Just randomly. But you got Ashley's actress. She is fucking terrible. She can't portray emotion. She'll be scared and she's like smiling and shit. And then you got Proxy, the best friend character. I don't even know what to say about her. She's just horrible. She's just a horrible actor. I don't even think she's trying to come off as an asshole half the time, and she just feels like an asshole because the actress is just a bad actress. And then you have Shane Dawson. His acting's he feels like he's in a high school play or something with his acting. The acting's just bullshit. This movie's just bullshit on all ends. I just thought we had to talk about the acting at least once. That's like the worst part of this entire movie is the acting.
Do you know what's so fucking strange? One of the better actors is Tobuscus.
Yeah, for the very little lines that he has, he says them fairly well.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have given him more lines. Maybe he should have been. Maybe Shane Dawson should have been in Tobuscus's role, and Tobuscus should have been Bender.
To be fair, like Tobuscus is like a tall white man. I feel like bullying him with like cans and calling him a pedophile would be a little less feasible.
Maybe he'd at least make the performance fun. I think honestly,
he would.
Honestly, I think if Tobuscus was in more of the movie, I would think a little more highly about it.
Now the question is, if Tobuscus was in the movie more, would it age better or worse?
I don't know. What was Tobuscus's controversy anyway? I remember he had
basically the past like 5 to 8 years, he was like he's super far right, and he's kind of gone off the deep end. He's kind of crazy now.
Really?
Yeah.
Really, I remember the original controversy with him back in the day that kind of started to end his career. Was was with his girlfriend. Yeah, he had a pretty horrible relationship, right? He was like a bad boyfriend or whatever. So I did not expect that to take a turn like that.
He's
the ultimate Chud in this Chuddy movie.
He is.
All right, well let's start wrapping this up. Let's get to the ending.
Oh wait, actually, one more thing. Bit after this, they have like a meeting. Zane is like, we gotta find out who this Smiley is. Smiley's real, and they like all concur that Smiley is real. And he's like, I am a part of a group of anonymous hackers.
Oh yeah.
And also he does say, I don't go. Like he's talking about like I don't go to college, and he literally says, and I quote, "College is for retards."
Yeah, college.
And I'm not a retard. That is about the most 4chan line they could have written.
Yeah.
What I wrote down under the notes
This
of
is
this scene.
actually-
This nigga is so corny.
Wait a second. So this is how the line actually goes. She goes, "Aren't you in college?" And he says, "What do you think I am, a retard?" College is for retards. That's how he says it.
Oh yeah. Also, the like college class. He's explaining Occam's razor, and the student answering says, which he like treats as correct, is the most likely explanation is usually the right explanation, which is that is not what Occam's razor is. That's not what Occam's razor is at all. Like, the most likely explanation is usually the right explanation, because that applies to literally every question ever. That's just saying, oh yeah, if the answer is right, it's the right answer. What are you talking about? That's not what the Occam's razor is.
Yeah.
The Occam's razor is positing the idea that usually the simplest answer is the correct one. They said the most likely explanation is usually the right explanation.
I think they say that once, but then the professor says something about the simplest.
I don't remember, but I was really hung up on that, and that made me mad.
Yeah. I mean, it was a stupid scene either way. They didn't really explain Occam's razor very well.
Yeah.
Also, what even is the point of that monologue? Because the Smiley thing isn't like the most simplest. It's a fucking supernatural internet god being that murders things.
Okay, so the thing is, like, no matter how you interpret it, it doesn't make sense. Because spoilers, the twist of the movie is that Smiley is not real. So it's explaining Occam's razor. That would imply that the simplest answer, that he's a supernatural being, is the correct one, because that's just the simplest answer. But that's not the answer. But if you think of, oh, well, if he's like a real person, he does go around killing people, then that the Occam's razor doesn't apply to that, because then like a million questions pop up, like how he does it, who is he, like how is he able to track these people, etc. So that doesn't apply either. So that it literally makes zero fucking sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after this, in a scene, whatever face the roommate says she fucked Zane, which I refuse. Zane gets a game. I'm going to be real with you. And then after this, the final girl goes to the police, and the police detective is being played by Keith Davidson.
Yeah, just Keith Davidson, just right in smack dab in the middle of this shitty ass movie.
And the detective is just so on her case, where it's like, you've reported a murder, we can't find the bodies. You're crazy. You're just making shit up. You're wasting our time. Which, like, I'm 90% sure. I am so sure that doing that is illegal. Like, that there's no way in hell that isn't illegal to do.
Yeah.
Where if someone reports a murder, you have to take it seriously.
Right. Yeah.
Yep. And then later, later when, you know, the Smiley goes, oh yeah, we're getting to like the last like 20 minutes of the movie now.
Mm-hmm.
So later when she's being hunted down by Smiley, she calls the police, and she's so very clearly under duress, and the detective's still like, what are you calling about now? Oh, just Smiley thing. Like, he's so clearly not taking it seriously.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck.
She is clearly distressed, and he's not taking the call seriously. That's so illegal.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the ending. Why don't you start it out for us?
She's being hunted down by Smiley.
So she has her friend use her as bait.
Yeah, she like gets in a chat room with her roommate, and
which
she
makes
says,
no sense, by the way. You know how long it takes to find your friend within thousands of people?
No, it was like a direct call.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. But anyhow, before this, they were like, she went to go visit Zane. Turns out Zane's dead. Like, it just, there's blood on the walls, and written in blood is, I did it for the lulz.
Mm-hmm.
And Zane's fucking dead, you know, boo-hoo. And there's a gun next to him. She picks it up, and I swear to God, they used a sound effect that was in Half-Life 2, like literally the pickup sound.
Oh,
I'm not kidding.
I believe it.
And, you know, she calls the police. Then she runs back home, and she, you know, she does the thing where it's like, I did it for the lulz. And, you know, she's like waiting, and she's waiting, and then someone goes to open the door. And then the door opens, and then she shoots Shane Dawson. And, you know, she's holding him, like, and he's dying, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And then Smiley comes up behind him and slits his throat.
Mm-hmm. And I want to say, I was making ramen while watching that scene on my phone, and I cackled like a witch when she shot him. I was like, I went back and rewatched it like 3 times. It was the most Kino scene in the entire movie, next to the pedo bear scene.
It is. And then, you know, Smiley's, you know, walking at her. Then she's running into her house. And then, from the kitchen, there's another Smiley. So then she gets chased upstairs. And then, you know, coming from the other hallway, there's another Smiley. Then she gets into her room, and there's like 2 more Smileys. And she's like surrounded, and they're all pointing knives at her. And then she jumps out of the window of her room and kills herself.
Yeah.
And then, do you want to take this part?
Zane pulls his mask off. Dun dun dun, and all the other Smileys pull their mask off. And it's been the Truman Show all along. They've just been fucking with this lady.
Yeah, it was like they all just like turbo gaslit this one lady to get her to kill herself. And like after it, they're like, "Oh my God, she's dead." That's so fucking cool.
Yeah. That's chud-tastic, chuddies.
That's so chud-tastic. They're so elated, like they were talking about this like the coolest shit ever. Like they're like someone got like a new car or whatever. This is so fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean they've been working on her for weeks, right?
But like I get they're sadistic, but like there's sadism, and then there's like the joy you reserve for getting like a new video game.
Yeah.
They're
like when a serial killer kills somebody, it's not like, whoa dude, that's fucking awesome. It's like a weird hypersexual like thing for them.
Yeah, I mean, they get some out of it.
Yeah, killers are they're essentially the closest thing you can get to vampires. Like they feed on that feeling they get when they kill somebody, that power over that person. It's not like, whoa dude, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, this is like the same energy as like showing a bunch of middle schoolers watching a Live Leak video. They just really want to see a dead body.
No, it really is.
Yeah. So, and of course, her roommate was like in on it, and then they go downstairs, and then Shane Dawson walks in, you know, with his like throat cut, and he's like saying like, nothing a little corn syrup and latex can't do.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And then I can't even tell you everything they said where they're talking about like,
oh, yeah, they're waxing poetical about stupid shit. It doesn't even matter.
They're saying they're talking about like the 4chan arm, the troll army.
Yeah, the troll army and Anonymous.
No, they say like Anonymous isn't shit. They're so fucking cool, and they can take over. They're basically just like blowing smoke up the ass of 4chaners for that for the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I can't even tell if it's an anti-4chan movie. Like it's supposed to be a commentary on nihilism on the internet or something, and how the youth is nihilistic, which isn't even true. And it all comes off like the ramblings of an old man.
Yeah,
but
that's
half
the
the
thing.
time I can't even tell if it's being like anti-4chan or like 4chan's so fucking sick, bro. Like I can't tell.
My take is this movie was written by a guy who just straight up doesn't understand what 4chan is exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's for damn sure. Yeah.
Yep. But anyhow, after blowing the smoke up of the cut that out. So anyhow, after blowing that much smoke, they're Zane, talking to the roommate chick. I keep forgetting her name. Like through the like web chat, and he's like,
I got a fucking boner right now.
I got a boner for that, and she's like asking like, was it worth it, dude? And he says, oh yeah, totally. And yeah, you know why I did it? And he types in, I did it for the lulz. I did it for the lulz. I did it for the lulz. And they're like, ha 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 ha. And then the real Smiley comes up behind her and kills her, and then the movie ends.
What if the real Smiley has been a warrior of vengeance this whole time, like Ghost Rider?
What?
Because he kills her at the end, right?
Yeah, but
after the main character lady dies. It's like her retribution.
You're looking way too deep into this.
I'm not. I was making a retarded joke.
Dude, you can't say that.
Who do you think I am, a retard?
College is for retards. I'm not a retard. Troll army.
The troll army. I think that's what Lizard Squad thought they were back in the day when they were kicking people off of PlayStation App Store and shit. All right, well, now that that's all said and done, what would you rate this movie?
2 out of 10. 1 out of 10. 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10?
Yeah.
I'd give it a 0.5 out of 10. This movie's dog shit.
Oh yeah, honestly.
This movie is straight dog shit.
Yeah, 2 is too generous now that I think about it. 1 out of 10.
Fuck. Recording a 48-minute video is too generous for this movie, if I'm being honest. It is horse shit.
If you want like a more this is probably too late for me to say this so deep into the video, but if you want a better review of this movie that won't waste so much of your fucking time, just go watch the Chazington video. It does it way more justice than we two ever could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well that's it.
Yep. Don't watch this movie, by the way.
Yeah, don't watch it. Bye.
Goodbye.